Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre the Game. My dear guy, thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Pitch for Switch discussion. In this, I'm going to be talking about the Castlevania Classic 3D Collection. Now, somebody's going to be like, what are you talking? What's the Classic Castlevania 3D Collection? And I'm going to explain that to you. So the first two games are going to be Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness, which Legacy of Darkness is a remake of Castlevania 64 with some tweaks and some additional content to it. But I do think having the original be available for people to be able to play would be a nice touch, and make these games compatible with the N64 controller so that you can play the games as close as possible to how they originally were set to be played. I think that would be a nice touch to add in, especially considering I don't think that either of these games is actually going to end up on NSO. I'd be surprised if they did, but just in case they don't, they can be put out for people to be able to play and enjoy. Now, I will tell you, Castlevania 64 itself has many issues, but you can see where they were planning to go, and then Legacy of Darkness fixes a lot of those issues, but it does still have some issues itself. Both games are really interesting, especially Legacy of Darkness with the additional content that was added into the game. It makes it well worth playing it. Then there was Lament of Innocence for the PS2 and Curse of Darkness for the PS2. Both of those games, along with Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness, would be the games that make up the 3D collection. Both not Legacy of Darkness. Oh gosh. Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness, both being Devil May Cry style games, which works for Castlevania, especially with the classic storyline. It works really well for Castlevania, and I think that going ahead and putting these out, Lament of Innocence is only on PS2, Curse of Darkness is on PS2 and Xbox. I think it was also on GameCube, I'm not sure on that. Someone can let me know. But these games are hallmarks to the Castlevania series. 64 being their first step into the 3D realm with Castlevania. And then was it Legacy? See, they named their games too close together in styling. Because Legacy of Darkness is the 64 remake. Oh gosh. But they are all good games. Barring Castlevania 64's many issues, but they're all good games and they're alright. And I think that more people would honestly like to have the chance to even play them, because they probably didn't. Because if I remember correctly, after Castlevania 64 released, and then Legacy of Darkness came out after that, it sold pretty poorly. Castlevania was really struggling at that point. So I don't think that Lament of Innocence or Curse of Darkness did any better. I mean, they did do better than Castlevania's Legacy of Darkness because they were on a more popular platform, but more money went into production of those two games, is what I'm saying. So, considering that they still should have the files for those games somewhere, and Konami's been on this spree of re-releasing their classic games, go ahead and re-release these. Hell, if you still have the files for the Dreamcast game that never came out, add that to it. Finish the game and add it to the list and put them all out together. And that would be an instant draw for anybody who's interested in Castlevania at all. They'd be like, hold on, the Dreamcast game that never released? Oh, they would jump on that in a heartbeat. It might seem like a cheap tactic to use, but it would be something to draw people in that may not know much about these games, or maybe interested in Castlevania, but have only really heard like these games have a bad rep, even though I've never really heard anybody crap on Curse of Darkness. I've heard people crap on the other 3 games, but never Curse of Darkness. Honestly, Lament of Innocence is a great game itself, even though a little repetitive, but Devil May Cry style, Bayonetta style games can be a little repetitive, especially on the action. But they're still fun. And again, if you like those types of games, this would be perfect to have in that collection, and then you could have the others as just something for people to get involved in. I would say, honestly, playing Legacy of Darkness, you play that more to get involved in the story of the characters in it, and to learn about how Dracula's powers evolved. But again, that would be for people to go ahead and play and learn themselves. I can't force that upon anyone, but I do think that this would be a very successful thing to release. You've already done your original collection, then you did the advanced collection. Why not do the 3D collection? They're probably already planning it, but I'm just putting the thoughts out there because it would be a good idea to go ahead and run with and drop it on the Switch and then drop it everywhere else. I'd say develop it for the Switch first because that's your baseline, obviously, and then put it on every other platform after that. But I'm not going to drag this on anymore. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Thank you once again. This is Andre the Game Idea Guy. And if you would like to support my efforts in creating content, please look up my book that is currently on Amazon for purchase. That is The Game Idea Guy Presents Gaming Word Search Volume 1. I am currently working on Volume 2, and it would be highly appreciated. That way you could get something for you supporting me. Again, thank you very much. Peace out.